First of all, I want to thank every single one of you for being here. I want to thank my incredibly amazing teachers. I wouldn't be here if this wasn't for you. Thank you for helping me. Thank you, IELC, for all the things you did with us. You showed me that you just don't only care about people coming here and learning because you help us to go even farther, more, and achieve our dreams, not only learn English. The reason I'm staying here, I'm incredibly nervous, is because I want to thank my aunt who's here. Wow. But I want to thank you for all the things you have done for me and my family. You changed our lives, and that's something we'll never be able to pay back what you did, the things you did for us. Congratulations to all my classmates. Albert Einstein used to say, there are only two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle. The other is as though everything is a miracle. For me, everything is a miracle. It's a miracle to be here. It's a miracle to be healthy. And it's a miracle to have shared the last couple of months with incredibly amazing people. Thanks to my family, I learned what it really was to be a student. I learned that being a student is easy. Because it's easier to pick up a pencil and study than to wake up at 2 a.m. to go out in the freezing cold and work in the field. That was my motivation. But we cannot find motivation anywhere. The problem is that we look for something outside when it's something that is already living inside of us. I remember the first time I came to this country, just like all of you, with only one bag, alone, and with 3 tons of fear. And I think how easy it was for us, having someone to pick us up from the airport, giving us directions and telling us what to do. Because not everyone has that chance. And that doesn't embarrass me. That just makes me realize how lucky we are and how strong we are. When I got here, I didn't think about being successful, about making friends, or about growing up as a person. Because the only thing I wanted to do was to be able to understand when people were talking to me. Now that we speak English, we may still not be able to understand what Americans are saying, but we have accomplished more than what we expected. How is it not a miracle to come here hoping to learn English and realize that we not only did that, but we also made friends? In IELC, we created a family. We not only learn English, but we learn about life. And now we have memories that we remind with us for the rest of our lives and make every single bad experience worth it. Whether you're staying here or if you're going back to your countries, don't let things be the same and show the world how learning another language made you a better person. Language is important. Language was created in order to communicate with others. But we live in a society that teaches us that language is power. A society full of hate. Where the only thing that is more powerful than fear and hate is love. Because it's easier to hate and blame others for not being like us, or because they were not born in the same place like us, than to actually get up, work, and learn another language. After this, I want you to get up and don't learn another language. Learn 1,000 more. Because if you made it till here, all the way by yourself, you can do as many things as you want. Because we're brave, because we're strong, and because we are the light that will inspire others. We are not a sport. We are the real power. We are not a label society is trying to put on us. Japanese should be quiet. Boys should be athletic. Latinas should not go to college. We are so much more than that. As a young Mexican woman, an engineer student, I'm breaking every single stereotype that was put on me. But thanks to a very wise woman, I learned that even if we're good, we can always be better. And we can break every single barrier that is put in front of us. It's just like when you shoot an arrow, you have to pull back first. So whenever you think life is knocking you down, just think about physics. The farther you pull back, the greater the momentum will be. Coming from a poor indigenous family, I grew up knowing that I was different. But through the miracles that happened in my life, I learned to appreciate every single experience we have. I learned to thank God for the good and for the bad, because I learned that we can find light everywhere, even in the darkest moments. I learned to be proud of my culture. I learned to stand in situations that made me uncomfortable. But most important, I learned to be proud of where I come from, because that is what makes me who I am. Because different is not bad. Different is beautiful. And those differences are what make every single one of us special and have something to share with others. Because life is not measured in years, but in the lives we touch around us. And it's never too late to be a student. Through life, we learn what it really is to be a student. A student is someone that never stops learning, someone open to learning. A student learns that love is not receiving, but giving and helping others. A student learns that it doesn't matter how many times you fall and fall deep, but the times you get up. A student learns that it doesn't matter if you're afraid of the road. A student learns to cross the road with courage. And through that journey, we find heroes. Heroes that come in the form of teachers, who are willing to be generous and help others. We also find angels that light up the road for us and give us strength. And we find students. We're more than students, friends. Friends who teach us to live our lives with love, courage, respect, and passion. Now you know that you can achieve anything you want. How is it not a miracle to come here expecting to achieve only one thing and realize all the things that you can do? It really was a miracle to have shared those moments with you. Congratulations for achieving something that could only seem like a miracle to be possible. And if you don't believe in God, or if you need to see something to believe in it, let me tell you that you have to believe in something. So I dare you to stand in front of a mirror and to start believing in yourself. Thank you.